Bass up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And now here's Ross.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 87 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The 50-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Pollard again, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back to throw. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their 1st quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The Chargers had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Parks. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. On the move past the 40. Down the left sideline. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Cut. Ready?
Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw it to tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Cut 19!
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this defense, they get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted in that close, you're automatically picking 6 points the other way, but what I like most about it was how the defense rallied, got up on their blocks, and then committed any penalties as well.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble, they'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to run again here with Pollard. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
This is 3rd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
19. White.
They'll set up a throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
We're talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. That doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Wow, about the coverage we just saw break out on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Looking to throw again on second down.
Herbert. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And some space here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 63 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. It's caught by his running back, Austin Eckler. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 41. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Slot man moves right. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Up the middle with Eckler. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The tackle made by K'Lavon Chaisson.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The slot man in motion right. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
This is a counter play. Eckler. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A 3-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4.
Let's go now.
They'll run left with Pollard. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They go back to Pollard on second down. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position now more than ever is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4 but got 3. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a give here to Pollard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now back to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pollard trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Now here's Pollard, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Charger drive about to get going. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A handoff, it's Eckler, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Once more, here's Eckler. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Okay, break. Stephanie Ranger.
Slot man moves right.
19. Cut 19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Cut. Ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. They'll look to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Chargers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was meant to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Chargers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4.